how crooked we are. But I have to do this standing up today because we're still transitioning back to our own space. And she still likes sitting on my t-shirt quilt on my chair. Anyway, hello friends, welcome back. This is the, I don't know, third, fourth episode of the second round of Fabric Wheel of Fate Sewing Project Dice. Today I'm going to roll the dice. We'll see how fun that is because I only need one of two numbers. So anyway, the Fabric Wheel of Fate was started by Carole from Sew Carole. She has a wheel and she spins it. She puts different fabrics on there that she needs to use up. And whatever it lands on is what she makes. And we've all kind of picked that hashtag up and done it in our own little way. So this is my second round of, well, second series of playing this game. And last week I rolled on bag number 2, which had this lovely Hawaiian fabric in it. This is, I don't have much left. And as you can see behind me, I made a Hawaiian shirt, camp shirt, holiday shirt, whatever it's called. So it was funny. My son came in, he goes, "Are you making a Hawaiian shirt?" I said, "Yeah, it was Hawaiian fabric. What else could I make with it?" And he's like, "Oh, could you make me a shirt like that?" Sure. It was only my first time ever doing buttons and a collar and all that stuff. So, can I sit down? Just won't let me sit down. I have to go to work. Anyway. So, how did it go? Let's see. Oh, what am I wearing? This is an early make. It is double brush poly with black with white hearts. And it is a twisted up top from Ellie and Mac. It has a little twist over here. But anyway. And what am I wearing on my face? Just don't. I have no idea. Apparently I'm a teenager. So, how did it go? So I used New Look 6197 View B because there's no way I would go sleeveless. And I did, where are my pieces? I did the Nancy Zieman pivot and slide method for, of course, this area, because this only goes up to a size 18 in women's. Misses, it goes up to 18, which is a bust of 40, which with my Nancy Zieman chart, 18 is the size I have to pick because of what I measure right here to here is, I think, 14 and a half or 15 and a half. And that puts me in a size 18 to start with. So that's what you start with. So I just had to cut the biggest one out. And the men's, I could have done a men's, but then I would be in the most boxiest shirt ever and look like I was wearing daddy's shirt or something. So I did the pivot and slide here, and with a yoke, you have to, obviously you have a yoke and a back. So I did it on there, and I thought I did it enough. But I also made a narrow shoulder adjustment with the Nancy Zieman method, which is you basically slide it over, slide the pattern over to make it the shoulder smaller. I should have videoed that because it's interesting. Very simple way to make your overly long shoulders just a little bit smaller. But I don't know if that affected the yoke. I'm not sure because I ended up having, when I go like this, and I had this problem with a New Look woven top before, it pulls right in here. Now this one pulls right at the yoke. So I said, oh, maybe I made the pleat too big, like folded too much of the pleat. I took out the 5/8 seam allowance that is in the yoke and put it down to a 3/8. And then I changed the sewing in of the sleeve down to a 3/8. But maybe the sleeves I put them in, because it was fine before I put the sleeves in. Then I put the sleeves in and it was too tight. So I did all that and it made it a little bit better, but not quite. So I ended up, you know, then I leave, I go to work or whatever, and I look it up during the day how to fix this. So for next time, let's see if I can, I followed, I'll try to link it in a description. I think it was So Live on how to fix that. And where's my yoke? Oh, great, lost the yoke. Anyway, basically, see, here's my Nancy Zieman method over here. You basically have to open up more space here because it's straight across and it's too tight and it pulls. So I put a little bit here and it exactly matches up. I don't know where it is. Is that it? Nope, that's a sleeve. Well, I also made the sleeves wider before I ever even did pivot and slide, which on the sleeves is more of a little bit of a pivot, just to make them a little bit wider because I have chunky biceps. I'm very muscular. So on the yoke, this is, I had already done a little bit to make it a little bit wider as part of the pivot and slide. And then you make, which if you look at it this way, it matches better. You add a little bit this way, and then this has a little bit that way. So when you sew them together, they match up. I did not do a pocket. I didn't like the way it looked once I had it. I'll even show you. This is how it looked, and I didn't like the way it looked. I thought it was gonna, I don't know, it wasn't coming out right. And I said, nah. Plus it's so tiny, it would just look weird. So I didn't do a pocket. Made the sleeves wider. And I watched a million times how to do the buttonholes with Karina lifting pins and needles, her new video about buttonholes. One of her newer ones. So I will pop up pictures. I think I even did a little video. And I popped it on with my white capri pants, which I tried to crop out for the most part because they're not fitting so good. Can Patsy come over? Excuse me. Oh, hi. Hi. Hi, pretty girl. Can I borrow Patsy? Thank you. So here's Patsy. Now in the video, I'm all showing you my buttons. I didn't have this one buttoned, and this is the most important one because the one that's at the height of your fullest part of your chest, that's where you need a button so you don't get gaping. Learned that from Karina. I had some trouble with the hem, and I think part of it is from I have a nice thread here. From the pivot and slide method, you end up with a little bit more length in the front, and then once you put the darts in, it's a little longer in the front than the facing, and it just gets all weird. So my hem wasn't quite right, and I've already fixed it. On the sleeves, they were very long. So what I did was I hemmed it up 2 inches, and then I folded it, and I did tack it down. You'll see in the video me struggling with trying to refold it. I did tack it down somewhere, but it still wants to unfold, so I'll fix that. And here's my collar with a little bit of, my problem was I was watching 2 different videos, sew-alongs, and one person did it one way, one person did it another, and I was watching them both back and forth, and I got confused. But it came out okay. And I kind of like that this one, it folds weird. I have to repress it. But if this was the first button, it would have been too low. So they're spaced out the way that she said, but I think they might look a little too close together. It doesn't matter because they work. They actually work. Look at I gotta show you. See? They button like a real button. I can't believe it. The only problem I have left is I scrubbed right here. I can't get this orange chalk off. And I had used another one that's water soluble pen, and I can't get that off. Not pen, marker, whatever it is. I can't get it off. Hopefully when it goes through the wash, it'll be fine. And then, can you turn? Oh, no, she doesn't want to turn. This is the back. So I had, you can still see, I've pressed it a million times, but I let out the seam a little bit. But it's still, if I pull the arms in, you can't really tell. It's just a little tight. You feel it. And I'll pop up a picture of the tag that I put on it, because I waited till the very last second to put the tag in. I said, this thing has to be completely finished before I put the tag in. But anyway, as patterns go, the instructions are horrible. If you don't have a sew along, they're not helpful at all. They expect you to know how to do a shirt like that, and I didn't. So I do want to try, which I was back and forth between this one and the Love Notions Melody Dolman. So I think I'm going to try that next, because first of all, it has grown on sleeves, and it has already the full bust adjustment is in there, and you don't usually have to pivot and slide with those, and it just seems a little bit simpler to put together. So I want to try it with maybe one of my other rayon shells. This fabric was a dream to work with, except for whenever I did a lot of unpicking, and you know, you just gotta be very careful. But it's very soft, it's very comfortable. I don't really like the way it looks on me because I don't usually wear shirts like this, but it's so cute. Can you see over there? Last time's Wheel of Fate fabric, which was this. Let's cover her up. I had extra, and I made her a shirt and leggings. I'm like, you could stand back there and show off your clothes. Oh, and it was Valentine's Day, so I appliqued a little heart on there. So that's that. And now I have to go roll and grab another bag and see what's next. Here we go. We need a 4 or a 5. It's all the way over there. It's a 2. This is why. Okay, let's just drop it. Ready? A little bit of spin and drop. It's 1. Oh. 5. I'm back. She still won't let me sit down. Come on over. Let's look at you. Let's look at you. She's gonna bite me. She's very feisty. And when I take her downstairs to show her that nobody's visiting anymore, she gets all nasty and she growls at me. Yesterday I gave her some extra treats. See, she's vicious. Yeah, is that tasty? Is that tasty? I know, I don't know any better. Okay. Anyway, so it was very stressful to try to roll and roll and roll. And hopefully I fast forward through that. But it did finally give me a 5. And it was either had to be a 4 or a 5. And it was coming up with every number but 4 or 5. So this is bag number 5. This is to go with it, actually. Remember, I don't know if you saw my Friday sews recently. I made joggers, which are joggers, and they're purple. And this is I think I got this from Hobby Lobby. It's a purple, so it says cotton jersey, I think. Where's the tape? Didn't I put tape on here? I didn't put fabric tape, but oh, it's so pretty and soft. So there's this one. This is already planned out. I don't even have to think about it. And there's this one, which is just a straight up cotton jersey, cotton lycra jersey. It was very expensive. It was from Raspberry Creek Fabrics. And it's kind of a little, this one's more, so it'll be experimental because I think I'm going to make 2. This one's more structured, not that stretchy. That's the stretchy part. I don't know. This will be more structured. Kind of like a sleep lounge. I need more of those kind of t-shirts. And this one's more, this must be like more of a rayon viscose jersey. Is that what it is? But anyway, simple. And I think it's already, yeah, usually when it's folded up the way it's folded up, I've already cut it out. So I had this printed, so I cut this part off of the piece they send you. This was back when I had a bunch of them printed to test out printer prices. People, you know, whatever it's called. So I'm going to try the classic tee with this one and this one. And if I have a lot of luck, I might even grab another one. I have a lot of these kind of things in one of my cubbies. But this is to go with my sweatpants. Joggers, whatever you want to call them. So that'll be fun. That's an easy, fun one. And the only one left is the one that has a couple of different tie-dye type fabrics or watercolor and a color block shirt pattern, which it's already up to 50 degrees Fahrenheit today. All I can wear is short sleeves because my office is too warm. So short sleeves from here on in, probably all the way until November. I have to be making more of them. So that's it for this week, and thank you so much for joining me. Look at the hashtag Fabric Wheel of Fate on YouTube and Instagram to see anybody that's been spinning wheels and rolling dice, and I think I saw somebody picking a card, and I will try to link. I was linking them, but I don't think I can keep up. So the best way to look on Instagram or YouTube, which I haven't been good with posting on Instagram, but hashtag Fabric Wheel of Fate. And you will see all the others. Of course, Carole is doing hers, and I know a few others. So I'm not going to start naming because I'll miss somebody. And I hope you enjoyed seeing that I can actually make a button-up shirt and the excitement of my dice rolling. It's weird this time. It's a lot shorter because I only have 5 bags. So anyway, thank you for joining me and my friend, my assistant. And we will be back as soon as all of these shirts are made up to show you how we did. Otherwise, I will see you in the next Friday Sews or the next dice video. Have a good week. Bye for now.